Hello, I'm Tony Ko, the host of TalkIT Global. RPA has helped automate repetitive tasks across industries since its adoption in the Korean financial sector 7 to 8 years ago. But frequent reconfiguration, high costs, and internalization issues have remained challenges. Today, we'll explore n8n, an open-source, AI-powered workflow automation tool gaining global attention. Through demo cases, we'll examine its potential as an alternative to RPA. Looking ahead, as AI agents continue to evolve, we may soon see them managing entire workflows on their own.
Workflow automation tools have actually been around for quite a while. So why am I bringing this up today? Recently, our key shift in these tools is the integration of AI capabilities. In workflow platforms, each step is called a node, and now we're seeing AI-driven nodes being introduced. I've brought 3 platforms today to show you. First is Make. It's extremely user-friendly and designed for non-developers. With Make, you can automate things like create 10 blog posts a day or generate 20 shorts daily. Many people teach these use cases or apply them in practice. I'm not sure if they're making money from it, but it's definitely worth trying. The second is Zapier, which is already well known for integration and interface automation. But today, I'll be focusing on a platform called n8n.
Isn't n8n open source, while Zapier and Make are paid products?
Yes, that's right. n8n is open source, while Zapier and Make are commercial products. So for beginners, n8n might be a better starting point. If you install it yourself, you can use n8n completely for free as an open source tool. If you prefer the cloud version, there is a small fee involved. When you start using n8n, you'll typically do one of 2 things. First, you might use pre-built templates. If you visit the site shown on the screen, you'll find thousands of templates. They're mostly simple and designed as tutorials that are easy to follow. You just select a template, set up your connection credentials. For example, if you want n8n to read your Gmail messages, you need to grant access to your Gmail account. Once that's done, you can run the workflow right away. What I'll focus on today is customizing your own workflow. You'll start by defining your goal, what you want the workflow to do, then drag in nodes, connect to your data sources, define the process, add logic or conditions if needed, and finally test it out. This is the basic structure of building custom workflows in n8n.
In the end, it seems like understanding how the data flows is the most important part.
Exactly. In fact, data is at the heart of any workflow. All right, let's try building a simple chatbot. First, let's think about what we need for a chatbot. Obviously, we need a chat UI, right? So we go ahead and create the chat UI. But then what should we use to build it? HTML, CSS? It already starts to feel complicated, doesn't it? But in n8n, that entire step can be handled with just one node.
Chat massage trigger.
Yes, just bring in this one node. Then the incoming chat message will be sent to this AI agent node. This node uses an LLM to perform more complex tasks. And to run it, you need to provide 3 pieces of additional information. The first is the chat model. Basically, which LLM you're going to use to power this agent.
Since the LLM is needed on the backend anyway.
Exactly. The second component is memory. If you want your chatbot to remember previous conversations, you can connect the memory storage here. The third is tools. Let's say this AI agent needs to search the internet. Then you have to give it the ability to do that. But it's not limited to web search. For example, if your company has a customer database, you can connect it, and the agent will know how to access and use that data. So we're going to build a chatbot like this. What you're seeing now is the n8n interface. Let's start with a simple chatbot. I've already put it together. You can simply drag and drop nodes after searching for what you need. Here, we've added the chat input, and this is the AI agent. You can move its position, and if you double-click it, you can configure what kind of agent it is. You can make it a tool-using agent or a conversational agent. Either works. Next is the prompt. It says take from previous node automatically. That means the prompt will be automatically passed from the previous node without manual input. And just like that, the chatbot is ready. Now to run this agent, you need a chat model, right? In my case, I've connected it to Ollama. You can choose from different models depending on your setup. Here, Ollama is installed locally on my PC server.
Ollama is connected to open source LLMs running on your own PC or server, right? And the ones shown on the screen, those are commercial LLMs?
That's correct. You can connect it to OpenAI, Gemini, or other commercial models as well.
So if I just click on one of these, will it connect automatically?
Let's take Gemini as an example. To use it, you'll need to enter your credentials, specifically an API key, which means you're paying for usage. Once that's set up, you'll see a list of available models you can use. As many of you know, Gemini Flash can be used for free, so you can go with that. Or if you prefer to use only local models, you can connect it that way too. In my case, I've installed several models on Ollama, like Gemma, developed by Google, and Llama 3.1. For simplicity, I usually go with Gemma. Now that everything is connected, let's run a quick test. Click the chat button and the interface appears. You just type your question here and that's it. Let's try something like, why are bananas yellow?
So this is actually running now, right?
Yes, it's running with Gemma, and it says the reason bananas are yellow is because of chlorophyll. Not bad, right? You can already start chatting with it. But some people ask, isn't this just chatting inside the n8n interface? Can it be used externally? Actually, if you click around, you'll see there's an option to make the chatbot public. You just need to activate that feature.
And then I can just add that link to our website, right?
Exactly. You can use it as a hosted chat, which shows in full screen, or as an embedded chat, which appears as a small widget in the corner of your site. As long as you have the chat URL, you can embed it. And when someone visits the page, the chatbot will show up like this. Of course, you can fully customize things like the header or styling. And just like before, if I ask, why are apples red? It'll respond. So as you can see, building and deploying a chatbot like this is really simple.
I'm not sure how it'll be when I actually try it, but just watching this now, it doesn't look that difficult. You can really get a feel for how the data flows, and that's what matters.
That's the most important part.
Just looking at code alone doesn't give you that sense. Lastly, your likes and subscriptions greatly empower us to continue creating content. Thank you for your support.